Okay, this is the second time I'm recording this because the last time I went way over the time limit, so you might get to see two videos if you want to see two videos. Uh, this is the final project for interactive graphics. So I did L-System, parser, and renderer for fractal trees, basically. They're not they're not really fractal technically, but they're similar. So I wrote a parser for L-Systems, which are just a parallel rewritable grammar. This is the one that's going to be shown in a second. I have two other ones included that you can try out if you'd like. So you have to change it in the code right now. Anyways, this is the parser, so it just looks through all the characters, and if it needs to be rewritten, it rewrites it. And then I also took the time, even though I'm not using it, to write context-sensitive parses, which take into account what's down the tree towards the root and what's also towards the leaves. And that was a huge pain and took the majority of the time. But if you can come up with any context-sensitive grammars that look good, it's worth trying it out and seeing what it does. And then here is the turtle. So the turtle takes the parsed L-System after a certain number of iterations and uses it as instructions to draw. So the open bracket pushes the current state onto the stack to save it for later, and then close bracket pops it, and then we have a bunch of rotations. And we have here, this is the actual creating the branches. So if I hadn't done the whole context-sensitive parse, I could have probably been done before 11:45. But I thought it was worth it, so I did it. And it will work. Like if I had a grammar that I thought looked good, the problem was that every grammar I tried that was context-sensitive just looked like complete garbage. Like it didn't produce anything visually pleasing. So I don't have any to show. But I do have this one to show, which is that fractal tree grammar that I showed just a minute ago after, I think, 4 generations. So you can see that it is pretty complicated. Yeah. And then let me show one more before my time runs out. Oh, I have a lot more time this time because I'm trying to go faster. Let's see, where's that at? Okay, here we go. ls.text, let's run that. This is another one that this one I modified. Well, sort of, I took a very basic idea from somebody else's grammar and then did this. So it's not as 2D, but you can see a little bit more clearly the structure of the tree that's going on here, and you can see the branches and such a little better. So now go this way and this way. There we go. So yeah, you can definitely see where the tree-like nature of this comes from. And then there's one more, and this one's the least visually pleasing, I think, because I want to reread the paper and make sure I'm understanding one of the instructions, because it says to rotate, oh yeah, that's why, I remember why. I have to turn the angle step down for this one to make it look right. And then I want to also make a bit of a tool for this to have all of those configurable somewhere. So this is supposed to be kind of like a bushy structure. Let me see if I can make this more clear. There we go. And then oh, it's very planar, which isn't exactly what I thought it would be. Maybe that's why it looked bad. Anyways, this isn't the main one I wanted to show anyways. So I think that it is a little bit of getting these parameters to be correct. That's a bit of the art of making them look good, because as you saw, the ones that had 18 looked pretty good at their while they were at that angle turn, but that one did not look so good at that same level of turning. So let me put this back to ls.text, and then so yeah, this is kind of the one that I was tweaking on, and you can't really tell because of the way that it's like a twisted plane, sort of like a sail, like it goes up and over like that. But yeah, I was just messing around with the grammar there, and now I guess I should show that I can change this. And this is untested, so I have no idea what's going to happen. But like if I put, what would I do? Would I put an F here maybe, and see what happens? Okay, it's basically the same. Let me see what happens if I do, I get rid of this. And it's still basically the same. Let me put some more angles in here, make it rotate a little more. Okay, now this is because I'm editing the one that we're not using. So let me go to the one that we are using. So instead of doing that, we'll do. It's like, that's very strange that it looks the same every time. So put this in a bracket. Put it in a bracket A, and then rotate around this to be A. Let's see now what happens here. Okay, see, it does react to what I do, and it usually looks really bad. So it's pretty hard to get something that looks good. So I don't think this is going to work for my research project like I thought it was going to. But it kind of looks like, sort of looks like those are like pine needles or something. That's not a bad, it's not a bad look, I guess. So that might be something worth approaching, worth thinking about a little bit more. So I think that is all my time.